Hey there, Sheryl here, mental toughness and certified high performance coach, best-selling author, speaker, and CEO and founder of the Zone Lab. Before I get into spending a couple minutes explaining the b.HER.d framework, I just want to take a minute to share a philosophy. During these uncertain times, I really believe that women are going to lead the way to repairing the world. They're going to lead the way, of course, with the help of their amazing male allies. And not only do I feel like every woman and every man deserves to speak up and be heard, I really feel like it's an obligation. So there's just no more time for fear and doubt. We need to hear voices from the mailroom all the way up to the boardroom. And can you imagine if everyone who had an idea, who had a voice, who could contribute the very thing, their purpose that was placed within them, if it could flow freely out of them with a sense of clarity, confidence, and influence, how much quicker we're all going to be on a path to repair the world. All right, so let me walk you through this framework briefly. I also, before I do that, I want to tell you how it's being used. I've led a lot of live webinars. They're just introductory. They're an hour. They give a 1 hour overview of the framework, and then we go deep on one part of it. I've given 3 to 6 part live webinar trainings where we go even deeper so we can approach mastery, and also the digital contents available so it can be available company-wide. I want to make sure that I empower 10,000 women and male allies to be mentally tough, especially during this time of disruption and uncertainty, because it's more important now than ever. So if you have any questions and if I can help you or your team in any way, please do reach out to me at Sheryl@SherylKline.com. All right, so about the framework, it only covers, not to oversimplify, but it covers 3 things: clarity, confidence, and influence, as you can see. And the main objective is so we can all have the impact that we want and deserve and that the world really needs to see right now. When it comes to clarity, you know, we start very high level. World-class performers start with the end in mind, meaning that we start with our highest sense of integrity, getting some clarity around who are we and what is our purpose? Why are we here? It's a little bit philosophical, right? And then we move into legacy. What is the legacy that we want to build? And how do we bring that legacy to life? Because once we get clarity on that, then we can start taking even more actionable progress towards it. In other words, how do we want to be remembered? How is our company, our business going to be different because we were here? And then we get to blueprint. That is really figuring out a roadmap to the best version of ourselves. So we're in tune with our highest sense of integrity and we're leaning into it daily and we're creating the legacy that we want and deserve. And then finally, we get clarity on the moments. Most people's default is to catastrophize, meaning they think about what might happen and we make up stories in our mind. Even if it comes to this COVID, we're thinking, where is this going? And we make up all these stories in our mind. But we want to start getting clear on the moments. How do we want things to turn out? So whether it's how is your company going to move forward, what's going to be happening in your family, or getting clear on the next crucial conversation that you're going to have. We really get very granular at the end of this module to get very granular on getting clear on the moments that matter most. And then finally, we move into confidence. Now, if you can imagine if all of us in our team had the confidence of a world-class athlete, I'm going to teach the very same framework that I've taught world-class athletes, even Olympians, over the last 2 decades. Now, keep in mind, even Olympians and CEOs and some of the most influential people in the world, they have anxiety, fear, doubt, frustration. They have all of those things too. But the one thing that's different is they know how to move forward despite it. And that's what you are going to learn in this module. We learn to own our shift, meaning that we've gotten clear now on what's most important to us. Now we're going to build the confident mindset so we can keep making progress, because that's where the joy is found. The joy is found not in reaching the finish line, but in striving and knowing that you're really on that path. We learn how to monitor our internal voice. We learn how to optimize our emotions. And we also learn how to do visual and imagery training so we can actually practice the very things in our mind that are crucial for us to doing our best. And finally, one of my favorite topics, if most of you that have worked with me or know me, I love talking about influence because it's so fascinating and so important. This module is going to talk about a scientific-based influence, and it's based on tactical empathy. And it's teaching us how to align ourselves and be highly influential towards ourselves so we can believe in what we want and deserve and what we're being called to do right now. And also so we can be highly influential with others, so we can have allies on board with us so that we can get help, because success is not born in solitude. We need help. And so here's the thing. If you look at clarity and you look at the opposite, if you look at clarity and the opposite side of clarity, that says no vision. If we're not clear on our highest sense of integrity, if we're not clear on the legacy we want to leave or the blueprint and how to get there, and finally, if we're not clear on how to show up in the moments that matter most, we have no vision. And then also when it comes to confidence, if we don't have a confident mindset, if we are not confident when we speak, then we're going to have no voice, because whatever we think in our mind comes out our mouth. In worst case scenario, whatever is in our mind, it might even silence us. So if we're not confident consistently and sustainably, we're going to have no voice. And then finally, influence. If you look at the opposite of influence, it says no significance. And this one really hurts because we all want to be remembered. We all want to have impact. We all want our jobs and our companies and our business and the world to be different because we were here. And if we don't understand the science-based influence and tactical empathy to really get others on board, to stand with us in unity and to mobilize our allies, then we're not going to have the significance that we're meant to. We're not going to have the significance of that important thing that was placed within us, that is unique to us, that needs to be seen now more than ever. So if you have any questions about this framework, if you have any questions about having it to be delivered at a high level in a 1-hour live webinar, if you want it to really be taught and approach some mastery on a 3 to 6 hour multiple part series, or if you're interested in partnering up to really release the digital content and make it available company-wide, I am here for you. I want to make this content real, and I just want you to imagine what the ripple effect could be if we all had the clarity, confidence, and influence to unlock our next level of impact. Thanks so much for watching. I look forward to continuing the conversation, and I'm here for you and cheering you on.